Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my evening news report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. High Court seeks help in settling New Hampshire mass tax fight. The U.S. Supreme Court wants the opinion of the government's top legal representative on whether it should take up New Hampshire's suit against Massachusetts over taxing telecommuters during the pandemic. In a one-sentence order Monday, the court asked acting U.S. Solicitor General Elizabeth Freelong to weigh in on whether it was constitutional for Massachusetts to reach across its borders to tax residents of another state, since those residents are telecommuters and working from home. New Hampshire's lawsuit maintains Massachusetts' decision last March to impose its income tax on out-of-state residents working remotely because of the pandemic violates the U.S. Constitution, due process, and commerce clauses. While this case involves remote workers and the income tax, legal scholars have said the decision could be applied to many cross-border disputes. 14 states have filed briefs supporting New Hampshire's case, either on the specifics of the tax issue or whether the state has the right to bring the suit. In a reply briefly filed last month, Elizabeth Napier-DeRier of Massachusetts Attorney General's office argued that the rule was fair, did not discriminate, and was related to services provided by the state. Before the pandemic, New Hampshire residents paid income taxes based on the number of days they actually worked in Massachusetts. New Hampshire's Department of Employment Security has reported that nearly 100,000 Granite Staters normally commute to Massachusetts for work. Last March, 10 Massachusetts issued an emergency order requiring people who normally worked in state and who are working from home for a pandemic-related reason to continue to be taxed on their income. Governor Chris Sununu immediately condemned the rule or urged Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker to abandon it, and then a few weeks later announced plans to go to court to block it. In October, Massachusetts extended the order indefinitely. In this brief requested by the Supreme Court, the acting Solicitor General is expected to offer an opinion on whether this case of original jurisdiction, which means New Hampshire's case would not first have to go through a trial court process. The Solicitor General determines the case in which Supreme Court review will be sought by the government, and the positions of the government will take before the court. Key legal thresholds. Another threshold legal issue in this court fight is whether the state of New Hampshire has standing to bring the case. Massachusetts maintains it does not, because the tax affects individual New Hampshire residents and not the state itself. In response, New Hampshire's legal team argued that the state has a standing because This taxation of its resident invades New Hampshire's exclusive right to tax activity within its borders. 4 states, New Jersey, Connecticut, Hawaii, and Iowa, filed a brief supporting New Hampshire on its merits of the case. Another 10, led by Ohio, argued the Supreme Court could not refuse to hear an original jurisdiction case such as this one. A group of free market and conservative think tanks also supported New Hampshire in this lawsuit, including the National Taxpayers Union Foundation and Bayh Institute and Katko Institute, the Center for a Free Economy, the Goldwater Institute, and Americans for Prosperity, New Hampshire. And that does it for this evening news report right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another news report. Good night and goodbye, everyone.